Hello everybody, welcome back to a new studio vlog. Sorry I kind of dipped out on you on the last few months of 2023, which coincidentally is when this footage is from. If you are watching this, I am a tech wizard. I know this is like a mega excuse that maybe you don't want to hear. By the way, if you're wondering what I'm doing in these clips, this is me trying and failing using a jelly plate for the first time. I've done monoprinting before, but I've not used a jelly plate. I believe this is where we left off in my last video. But yeah, I know people on the internet like to complain about tech issues, but I'm a tech whiz. If I've pulled this off, baby, I need to be hired by Apple Stat, because this external hard drive of mine is beyond fucked. And you know, you've got to whisper it sweet nothings for it to work. But anyway, I thought I would still try my level best to get this vlog up where we're talking all sorts of things, such as market prep. This was all before my Christmas market, which who-wee did that take it out of me. But yeah, I thought I would, you know, not leave the ASMR sounds on. That's not, you're in the wrong place if that's what you're looking for here. But I thought I'd leave the fun little sounds of the studio. If you know that reference, let me know. Anyway, I'll speak to you a little later on. Here's, you know, a couple of weeks from the end of last year. Okay, bye. No. Hi everybody, welcome to a new week. It's a Tuesday, but I've decided that weeks start on Tuesday for me because Monday is just far too much pressure. I feel like Monday is a great like recalibrator, which I think some people use for Sunday. Tuesday is when I usually start getting shit done. It's also when I go to ceramics, so I feel like it's the beginning of the week and that's when the creative juices start flowing and slowly deplete to the weekend. Anyway, how are you doing? What's new? It's been a little while. I have this week off my day job and I am pumped. I did actually have the weekend off as well. So I had like more like 10 days, but I just wanted to recuperate, sleep in, kind of do some washing, you know? Just the stuff that you kind of neglect when you're burnt out. Because I think I was. But yeah, I thought we could spend the week together. Why not? I just took my calendar down, but it's like the second week of October. And I have a Christmas market. It's a big deal the first week of December. So I essentially have like just under 2 months to kind of prep everything. And I did do this market last year. It was actually my first market. It's Bath Christmas Market, which if you're from the Southwest, you know, is the king daddy of Christmas markets. So I'm really excited to be doing it again this year. I'm doing it for 4 days on my own. Last year I did it as part of my residency, whereas this year I'm doing it solo. I'm doing it all me, which has its own set of challenges. Like I can't pretend like I'm not worried that, you know, 4 days in a row standing outside in December, it's a lot. It is a lot, but it's also gonna be a lot of fun. It's also gonna be really fun. So I'm looking forward to that. Hang on, whilst I've got it here, we're bringing it back, baby. Plant of the video. This one, I really at the beginning of the year went through a phase of buying sad plants from the B&Q 50% off section. I'm like, I have a home and the knowledge and the know-how to make you happy. And this was one of them. And honestly, for a hot minute, for a hot minute I thought this one was a goner. Like some of these, they're not happy, and you might be able to see here, there's been like a lot of trimming, a lot of sadness has bequeathed this plant. But look at this. Fresh blooms in October? Are you mad? Are you mad? Honestly, look at this baby. And there's another one coming here as well. So this, wow. Maybe a late bloomer. You know, I don't think I usually see a lot of, like, to this extent, new growth in October. Are you crazy? The planet's on fire. But yeah, so I just had to talk about this one. I pressed the wrong button, but we're back and you can kind of like see my face. But yeah, so today I'm working on a new print. I will show you. This is the lino here. It's a crocodile. I'm really happy with this one. I decided to make a little border. Here's the test print that I did. So I made a little border for him. So this size, you might be like, girl, what is this? What is this? Let me answer that to you. I have a 2 aperture photo frame, which has like space for I think 2 6x4 photos in it. And this fits perfectly. So this is still the length of A4. This is just slightly restricted. And even if you could still get a frame, if you go with those glass frames, I feel like this could work, is what I'm telling you. Anyway, so I'm gonna make, for the last little bit, I want to make this green on the inside. So I'm gonna make that obviously as a separate line out, and then I'm gonna print them maybe next week, maybe this week, who knows. I don't know how much you can see, but this is like good enough for me to then go over it with a marker and make it a bit more like pronounced, so that I can then go ahead and start cutting it out. I do have obviously these two here as well that I'm going to be looking at, or looking through should I say, just so I can kind of really stay true to the shape and like not cut away too much. But I am fairly happy with how the transfer came out, and yeah, I'm just gonna line it up essentially. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep it on the larger side even when I cut it out. Alrighty, so now I have the shape. Let's do a little bit of, this one's easier to see through. That does look pretty good. And then the final print as well. Okay, I'm gonna sacrifice, actually I think let's sacrifice this one. I'm just gonna print over it. Let's see how that goes. Woo! Ah! Hi guys, I'm laid on my sofa waiting for my baked gnocchi to bake. So I'm done with my little R&D adding colour exploration for now, I think. So this is something that I thought, and I wanted to do it in this way. So I do want to add some details like crocodiles / alligators. I kind of don't really know the difference. Although like, I know one of them's got a wider mouth and a thinner mouth, and they're like don't live together, but you know, anyway. So they've got like cool underbellies, and I kind of wanted that to like creep in, which are like white. So I was gonna like carve some out and like leave it white, and then also to highlight the details like on the back, the ridges on the back. I was gonna leave, in fact I'll put up my original sort of Procreate document that I did on this, and like leave some like white underneath. But like here's the thing, so you know, crocodiles are like a deep green. I made that literally, as you saw, with a bit of cyan, a bit of processed yellow, and a teeny tiny bit of black. And like I think the color is really nice, but I don't think you can really see the details of the black because they're two very similar colors. There's a couple things I think. Part of me feels like, should I like have some fun with it and I don't know, make like a red crocodile? Probably not, or like, but you know what I mean, like maybe not necessarily go for a traditional colored one, just so that the black outline can stand out and pop. Or I guess I could go for like a lighter green so you could still see it, or carve away a bit more than what I thought. It's interesting. I mean, like the worst comes to worst, I just have to carve it again, which wouldn't be an issue, but you know, it's food for thought. I'm gonna eat some baked gnocchi now, and I'm buzzing. See ya! Now I admit, it doesn't look the best, but I assure you, it's delicious. And also, full disclosure, we have food pillows, noodle cushions, if you will. So this is totally fine to get food on, and I essentially use it like you would a tray table. Anyway, it's time to enjoy. I think I might actually watch some Gilmore Girls, treat myself. I realise I left you pre-baked gnocchi, which was delicious. But I'm going to my ceramics class now. I feel like I haven't spoken about it in a little while. I'm really excited. I love it. I've just booked on to do it again for another 12 weeks. And I've asked from my parents for Christmas another 12-week course. So it would be over that, at that point, it'd be well over a year that I've been doing it for. So maybe I'll do a sit-down video talking about ceramics. But the only issue is because it's sort of like in a teaching environment. I don't feel comfortable whipping out my phone or bringing my camera along and sort of filming everything. Just kind of respect my fellow classmates. I go there every Tuesday and I love it. I absolutely love it. At the moment I'm working on making B-shaped bowls. So I'm gonna go throw another one today and hopefully not waste too much clay. That's where I'm at, but full disclosure, still doing it, still loving it. and as if by magic, it's nighttime. It's like, it's literally like 4:30. But I've got the lights on so you can see what I'm doing. I'm not gonna lie, I did some printing, had a lunch break, had a bit of a wobbly. I feel like that's what I forgot to put that on the to-do list, but it was very clear that that was going to happen. Just kind of felt a bit overwhelmed with everything. Like, I know that everything I can do, I can get done, but I must admit, printing the cards, having to do them two separately, and my setup isn't perfect for them. And also, being really honest, printing Christmas cards isn't like, you know, the joy of my life. I just feel like, obviously it makes sense, it makes perfect business sense to have Christmas cards at print stall at a Christmas market. Like, of course that makes the most sense, but, you know, is it the most fun thing? No. And like, particularly when, like, I do love having a letterpress, but like I don't have like a proper frame and everything. I do want to look into making something that essentially means I can use it properly and it be more reliable. Because at the moment, like, I felt like, for example, here, like, here's one which I absolutely like butchered, you know what I mean? And it's just, when you're doing something that's not the most exciting, like, I don't want to sound like, ungrateful's the wrong word, but like, I don't want to sound any other type of way other than like, I enjoy what I'm doing. But do you know what I mean? Do you understand where I'm coming from? Anyway, now we're moving. It's funny because you see me printing with black ink, but I'm actually now going to print with oil rather than water-based, which is what I used for the letterpress, because I found water-based works a lot better for it. And we're going to print this baby. So I'm going to cut up some paper for it, and I think I'm going to print about 40, which I think is like well over, but I'm thinking 10 a day, because I'm there 4 days. 10 a day would, because I've got the offer on, and then I'm going to do an offer for other people as well. Maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyway, so I figured, yeah, 10 a day sounds good, I think. But yeah, we'll see. All right, I'm gonna get printing. Good morning, it is Thursday. Yesterday, it kind of all got on top of me, and I realized that maybe filming the first couple of something, just when I'm like figuring it out, like on one hand, like I think that's helpful for the viewer, i.e. you, to like kind of see how I'm figuring it out and how it progresses, but I find like that adds stress when I'm like, it doesn't go perfectly straight away. How am I supposed to, like, it just, I feel like then I'm filming it and that's like just like an added stress. So basically what I'm telling you is I printed all of these last night. I think I did film a little bit, but like it was literally dark by like 3:30, so you can't really see what I was up to. And essentially what I did is I like cut up a bunch of cards, and made them all, they're all bigger than the piece, because I wanted there to be like wiggle room for me to trim them, so it's fine, because here's the print itself. But I actually think a lot of these, most of these have come out really nicely. The first couple are a bit mucky put, but like that's to be expected. Like I sometimes think I am too harsh on myself when I'm like, oh, This hasn't gone perfectly first time, but like, what does? I think I'm gonna actually just trim these prints right now because they're all kind of taking over the space. I know last night I said about doing 40. I think I ended up doing about 27. I might print some more closer to the time, but I essentially like filled up this table, and although I was in a bit of a swing with it, I was like, do you know what? Like, girly needs to relax. So I'm gonna trim some prints, I'm gonna put some music on, and yeah. Anyway, I feel like I'm in better headspace than the panic you saw me in last night. But we're good, it's good. What will get done because it needs to get done, and if it doesn't get done, the show will go on. So it's literally all absolutely fine, dandy, and in control. I think I might actually just literally use scissors to cut these. Usually I would use either like a knife and ruler, but because these have like such a thick border, and I know this is like, I was gonna say perpendicular then. It's perpendicular. Perpendicular might be correct. These are 4 right angles. That might actually just cut them by hand. I think that might just work best, and I think that'll be a nice like calming exercise. Now some might call this laziness. I would call this forward thinking. Clearly this is the stamp that I made last year because it says Happy New Year. So I'm already like a solid way into making this little stampy boy back up again to stamp these cards. Do you know what's so funny? And I just think this is ever telling for art and something that you make or craft or whatever. When I first made these, I was like, these are fucking shit. Who the fuck is gonna buy these? I've now like pulled them back out a month, like I've left them to dry, and this is just a task that I've been putting off. I've left them to dry and I'm like, they actually look pretty cool. I think because I made them around Halloween, I was like, it looks like blood. It looks like blood. It looks like it should say Happy Halloween, but instead it says Merry Xmas. But actually, Happy Chrysler, everybody. It doesn't look so bad. I'm happy. Okay, maybe I won't hate these bah humbugs either, because I was printing them and I was like, they look so bad. Just be a little whiny so and so. But now I'm like crazy. Look at these babies. Anyway, I'm now gonna stamp all these. I'm not gonna lie to you, my battery is flashing at me, so I'm gonna charge my battery whilst I'm stamping them. I have a question actually before I go. One thing I've noticed when I'm editing videos is I always like say hi and bye to each clip. I think mainly because I don't know how it's gonna come out in the end. Does that bother you? Does it bother you that I'm like, okay, bye? When you're then just gonna see me again like literally instantly after that. Let me know down in the comments below. But anyway, until I read those comments, bye!